I want to welcome in Roger Stone right now, longtime Trump friend and advisor, also a friend of Charlie Kirk. Roger, nice to see you. I suppose my question, and it's just the left throughout the day today are trying to claim that Charlie was somehow controversial for saying that men shouldn't play in women's sports and for saying that, we should be America first. All this guy ever wanted to do was have a conversation with the other side. How is that controversial?
Yeah, this is outrageous. This was a precision political hit by a skilled sniper. This is part of a color revolution. The idea that Charlie somehow brought this upon himself for speaking up for free speech or for speaking up for the U.S. Constitution or teaching college students about free enterprise, capitalism, and the First Amendment is outrageous. It's a shameful act of violence. It has to be condemned in the strongest possible terms. But let's also recognize this is a continuation of what we saw in Butler, Pennsylvania. This was, again, a skilled sniper, a precision hit. This was not some random act of violence by a lunatic. This was part of a coordinated effort to utilize violence by people who could not win an election and now seek to bring down our entire system.
Yeah, great point. And I know that you have an opinion about this, but I don't know how much political violence conservatives are supposed to tolerate before we fight back.
Well, look, Charlie Kirk was an outspoken proponent of a pardon when they tried to frame me. He was a dear friend. My heart bleeds for him. But it continues to be outrageous. If people had any idea how many death threats I still get every week, how many online threats, how many times my own children, my own grandchildren have been threatened, we don't talk about it because we don't want copycats. But any outspoken conservative, any outspoken Trump supporter, anyone on the right, you take your life in your hands when you speak up for Donald Trump. That's just
that's a great point. That's such a good point. MSNBC today actually had somebody, I think it's Matthew Dowd, who made a comment essentially that Charlie Kirk should have seen this coming. He brought this upon himself with his hateful rhetoric. Take a listen.
He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. You can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Roger, I think timing is important too. That comment was made less than an hour after the shooting, meaning Donald Trump had yet to announce to the world that Charlie Kirk had died. So he said that not knowing if Charlie was dead or alive. He blamed the guy that was just shot in the neck on what had just happened.
Yeah, what we're witnessing in our country is a dangerous and disturbing trend. This rise in political hatred and alarming willingness to resort to violence against people just because you disagree with their views. This was a brutal, horrific, professional assassination. It's a stark reminder of the growing violence on the American left. When ideas are met with violence, our country has a serious, serious problem. My question is, who was behind this? Who is the entity behind this? We need to know that. Our FBI, our Justice Department, our governmental officers need to get to the bottom of this, and they need to do it now.
Yeah, Donald Trump Jr. Was very close with Charlie Kirk. And when they both went to Greenland in January, I sent Donald Trump Jr. a message while he was still on Trump Force One coming back to Florida. And I said, hey, when you land, any chance you want to come on? Because we just had the ambassador on, and I'd really like to hear what it was like. He came on that night, and then Charlie was with him, and he said, I want to come on tomorrow night. So we booked Charlie and Donald Trump Jr. in the same 5-minute period, and they both came on and talked about what Greenland was like and what the president's plans could be for Greenland down the road. Don't forget, that happened before Trump took the oath of office. It was early January. Trump Jr. tweeting today, I love you, brother. You gave so many people the courage to speak up, and we will not ever be silenced. Roger, what happens tomorrow?
Well, first of all, Charlie's contribution to the greatest comeback in political history cannot be underestimated. Charlie's Political Action Committee played a key role in our most recent victory, in which we now can take our country back. I think tomorrow, if you are a conservative, if you are an influencer, if you're a spokesperson unfortunately, you have to take care of yourself. You have to be always cognizant of your surroundings. But I'm not going to be silenced. And I saw General Flynn's remarks tonight. He's not going to be silenced. None of us will be silenced. This will not be the new normal. This is just not acceptable.
They want us to cower. They want us to be afraid. And I think that everybody I've spoken with today is the opposite. Charlie Kirk did not die in vain. His legacy is intact. It's remarkable. He was only 31 years old. Roger Stone, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. God bless you.
You too.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.